It is a kiss time if you did not know who Judah is. My biggest flex in life is that I have Jesus. I repeat, my biggest flex in this life that we are living today is that I have Jesus. It does not matter what is coming inside of my life. It does not matter what is going outside of my life. My biggest flex in this life that we are living today is that I have Jesus. I've achieved so many material things that I should be flexing with. But trust me, I've chosen to flex about Jesus. I've chosen to flex in Jesus. And I'll flex today, tomorrow, and forever. And you have nothing to do about it. There are people who are trying to scare me with guns. But guys, let me tell you this one thing. You cannot undo the encounter of Jesus that I had in my life. You cannot undo that. You never. El encuentro con Jesús que do en 2020 lo dijo a voz alta. Ramakapolo ya basantu calibra mikuja manda kalia misanjo kalatra mikuja masantu. Guys, I'm so excited to be here today. As you can see the title, today I am going to teach you about the eyes of death. Ooh. Guys, today I am going to teach you about the eyes of death. I am very sorry because I promised you that I was going to post the video on Sunday, yesterday. But I'm actually posting it today because, yesterday I was very busy. And as you know, I am in fasting of 2 weeks. I thought that God told me that I should do the fasting of 2 weeks in public, but He actually told me to do it in private. So I'm actually doing it in private, and I believe God that is going to give me the strength to finish this fasting, because 2 weeks is too much. 2 weeks, guys, is too much. 2 weeks. 2 weeks is too much. So it will give me the strength to finish that, I am going to jump into it directly because I don't want to waste too much time. We are talking about the eyes of death. If you read it in Genesis chapter 3 verse 7, the Bible says that, and when Adam and Eve, they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, their eyes were opened, and they realized that they were naked, and they were ashamed, and they went to look for the fig leaves to cover themselves with. Notice the Bible says that their eyes were opened. Now, the eyes that were opened here, these are not the physical eyes as many of you have been taught inside of your churches. The eyes that were opened here, these are the eyes of death. And I am going to prove to you that these are the eyes of death. One of the laws in the universe is that you cannot experience anything that you did not see. Everything that you have ever experienced inside of your life, it is because you saw it first. So you cannot experience anything that you did not see. Now remember, God, He told them that the day when you are going to eat from this tree, you are going to die. Now, the day when they ate from the tree, God opened their eyes first so that they can see in the realm of death, because there is no way that they could experience death without seeing it first. Oh, Jesus. There was no way that they could experience death without seeing it first, because the law in the universe is that you cannot experience anything that you did not see. So God, He opened their eyes first that they should see the death first before they experience it. What, guys, you need to understand is that death is a person. Death is a person. If you read it in the book of Revelation, John says that he saw death riding the horse. So if he saw death riding the horse, it is because the death is a person. And this person is inside of you. And this person is a part of you. That is why you can die. Because death has become a part of you. Just like the way you have a physical body, just like the way you have a soulish body, just like the way you have the spiritual body, you also have a body inside of you which is known as death. It is just like a life, Life is also a person. Jesus says that I am the life and the truth. And he said that if you believe in me, I will come inside of you. So if Jesus comes inside of you, the life enters inside of you and the life becomes a part of you. It is the same thing with death, The death is a person, he enters inside of you and it becomes a part of you. Are you guys understanding what I am talking about? Now, the physical body, it gives you an access to the physical realm. The soulish body, it gives you an access to the soulish realm. The spiritual body, it gives you an access to the spiritual realm. The life, it gives you an access to heavens. There's a difference between heavens and the spiritual realm. Your spirit, it gives you an access to the spiritual realm. And life, it gives you an access to heaven. And death, it gives you an access to the realm of death, the hell. All what the physical eyes can see are the physical things. All what the spiritual eyes can see are the spiritual things. All what the eyes of death can see are the dead thing. Hope you guys understanding what I am talking about. We are going somewhere. Riashanto kolotra mikuja masanto. Let me do this first. I'm feeling this. Raka kama sapolo. Raka santo kalia mansra. Robo shonto kolotra mikuja masanto. Now, when God shows you a vision, you are the one who chooses on how you are going to see the vision of God. Sometimes God will show you a vision and you will see it with your spiritual eyes. Sometimes God will show you a vision and you will see it with the eyes of the soul. Sometimes God will show you a vision and you will see it with the eyes of life. Sometimes God will show you a vision and you can choose to see it with the eyes of death. Guys, people in hell is not that they don't hear God when God speaks. God speaks to them and they hear. But the voice of God in that realm of existence, it becomes dead. It dies. Hope you guys are understanding the things that I am talking about. Because you need to understand that when God shows you a vision, the way the eyes of the soul, it sees the vision, it is the same way that the eyes of life, it sees a vision, and it is the same way that the eyes of the spirit, it sees the vision, and it can be difficult to tell the difference. So how do you know that this is the eyes of death that is seeing this vision? This is the eyes of life that is seeing this vision, or this is the eyes of the spirit that is seeing this vision. The eyes, the life, it begins in the future and it ends in the past. And the death, it begins in the past and it ends in the future. That is death. Notice one, it begins on the future and it ends in the past. That is life. And another one, it begins on the past and it ends in the future. That is death. Now, when God speaks to you, and the scene, the place where you are seeing the vision from, it is the place where it is a place of the past. This is one of the signs that it is the eyes of death that is seeing the vision. In your dream, you see yourself on this, on the school, and the school that you are seeing, it is the school that you went to 1999 or 2000 or 2001. Just know that the eyes which is seeing that vision, it is the eyes of death. You see yourself in your past relationship. You see yourself with your ex. Hey, you are seeing with the eyes of death. Oh my God. Seeing yourself with your ex in a vision, in a dream, you are seeing yourself, you are seeing with the eyes of death. That is not the way that God spoke to you. God was not speaking to you about your ex. God was speaking to you about something, but the one that saw inside of you, it is death. That is why most of the time when you have a vision of the place where you were living before, you have the vision of your exes, you have a vision of the school where you were before, just to know that what is coming inside of your life is death, because the one that saw that vision is death. Most of the time when you see those visions, it does not mean that God spoke to you like that. The problem is not God. God spoke to you a good message. If you could see the vision through the eyes of life, the outcome could be good. But the problem is you are seeing those visions through the eyes of death, and all what the eyes of death can see are the deadly things, are the things that are dead. So at the end of the day, the outcome that is coming are the death outcome. So you are going to say that, oh, God spoke to me about this and this thing is happening, the bad thing is happening inside of my life. It is not God. God did not speak bad thing for you. It is the eyes that you used to see the vision. Are you guys understanding what I am talking about? It is the eyes that you used to see a vision. You used a wrong eye. So it is very important that you invest into the things of God. You pray, invest into life. Don't invest into death. You are going morning to evening, you are on TikTok. Investing into death. Don't die. Don't accept to die inside of the life. Don't do that. Never. When we were young, when I was in my childhood, there is this friend of mine that, he had one punchline that he was approaching women with. He follow a woman and he will tell a woman, I forget the Bemba expression, but this is in Zambia, So he will go to the Bemba woman and he will tell the Bemba woman that expression, which it means in English that I can even drink the water that you bath. Bacterias. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Whew. That I can drink the water that you bath. And one day he approaches this woman. She looks at him like this. She scans him from the top to the head, and from the head down, she scans him like this. And guess what? Before you know it, the other guy is approaching her on another side and she's eating her nails like this. It hurts, bro. It hurts. It's hurtful. I can drink the water that you bath. Say, me, I cannot do that. Listen, even in words, I cannot say that, because that word itself is dead. My brother, when you are speaking to women, just speak the way you speak to your mother. Speak the way you... some people, they try to make it as a movie. One thing about me is that you get the fact. The woman that she's going to say to your parent because you approach her, in 2026, even your friends were shocked. Your friends were shocked. You blew the mind of your friends. Sex is not, before marriage is not a sin. It is just these religious things that they have been teaching you, some foolish stuff, They put that law so that people can protect themselves from diseases, You sin against your own body, You get diseases, you get, the kaswende, the what. Those things, you are going to get them. Kaswende. And spiritually, it can also affect you, like you can get the case of another person. That one, it happens even in marriage. There are people who marries women that are cursed, and there are people that get married to men that are cursed. Even in marriage, it happens. So, but me, one thing about me, guys, you get fact. It is what it is, and I don't fear anything. I don't fear nobody. I speak what I speak. I speak what God has told me to speak. And it is what it is. She told me that, how much do you have that we can finish the deal? So I'm like, I am wasting all this time. Yet, all what I need to is just to put a paper there. I can finish it. Jesus. Guys, I need to have a rest, because today I'm actually having a rest. Saturday I did not have rest. Sunday I do not have rest. So today I need to have a rest. I need to have a very good time. I can read the Bible.